It's the same idol worship as the ones, as I said it in Playboy, but I'll repeat it. They pick a president, they put him up there, and then they set fire to him because he couldn't solve their problems. Because they're always looking for somebody else to provide for them, including critics. They're sitting back there waiting for illusions that they've created about artists, whether it be Mick Jagger, Bruce Springsteen, or whoever's favourite at the moment. And the only ones they like, the same as the little kids in Liverpool, only liked us when we were in Liverpool. A lot of them dropped us because we got big in Manchester, right? The local critics thought we'd sold out. And we got big in Liverpool, and then the English got upset because we got big in... I mean, what the hell is it? It's the same with critics. They only like people when they're on the way up. When they're up there, they got nothing else to do but shit at them. They like to imagine they create and break people. They don't. But they only like people on the way up. I cannot be on the way up again, and I cannot be 25 again. I cannot be what I was 10 years ago. I cannot be what I was 5 minutes ago. So I can't waste the time on them. Either considering what they're going to say or what they're going to do. Most of them are now half my age and know shit from Shinola about anything other than, you know, from 1970 on, right? So forget them, you know what I mean? Forget them.
Right.
Get them. We're talking to the public, not to college kids writing essays about saxophone players.
There are three things that I noticed. One, in a lot of your songs, all the way through your, you know, what you've done, there's a tradition you had of an incredible, strong thing about getting people together, inspiring people to just be themselves and, you know, come together and try to change things, like Give Peace a Chance and Power to the People and Free the People, and, you know, that side of you.
Yeah, sure.
Then there
That's
was
still there. If you look in the inside of the logo, which all the kids have done already, all over the world, from Brazil, Australia, Poland, anywhere that gets the record. I suppose
inside
not
the logo?
Poland yet. Inside is written One World, One People.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and other kids have noticed that. No critic, no media, no anybody said anything about it, but I'm telling you now, because by the time this comes out, people will have noticed it.
Yeah.
But the people that buy the record written back from Australia, saying PS One World, One People, that is written on the actual master of the album.
Yeah, right.
So
you're continuing that.
we continue, you know, give peace a chance, not shoot people for peace. All you need is love. I believe it. It's damn hard, you know, but I absolutely believe it.
And they've been firm
but
with that.
I'm not claiming divinity. I've never claimed divinity. I've never claimed purity of soul. I've never claimed to have the answer to the life. I have never made any claims. I only put out songs and answer questions as honestly as I can, but only as honestly as I can. No more, no less. I can't do any more, I can't do any less. But I cannot live up to other people's expectations of me, because they're illusionary. And the people that are wanting more than I am, or than Bob Dylan is, or that Mick Jagger is, or that the new punks will become, because they have to grow up too. I cannot be a punk in Hamburg and Liverpool, because I'm older now. I cannot be 18 and be a punk and pretend to be socially concerned with pimples and the state of the welfare, okay? Which I was at 24. I see the world through different eyes now.
Yeah.
I still believe in love, peace, and understanding, as Elvis Costello said. What's so fucking funny about love, peace, and understanding? Well, you know, in a way, no thing is real if you break the word down. As the Hindus or that group say,
Buddhists,
you know,
yeah.
It's an illusion. I mean, in that respect, I agree. It is all an illusion, meaning all matter is floating atoms, right? So in that way, we think it's a wall. It ain't. It's a lot of atoms, and with some combination of laser or mind, you can go through it, right? So in one way, it's an illusion.
Yeah.
It's Rashomon. We all see it, but the agreed upon illusion is what we live in.
Well, you seem to be. You seem
But
to.
I'm continuing because we always. The hardest thing is facing yourself. It's easier to shout revolution and power to the people than it is to look at yourself and try and find out what's real inside you and what isn't. When you pull the wool over your own eyes, your own hypocrisy. That's the hardest one. And that's what I'm involved in. When I was younger, when I could say when one is younger, but maybe they'll think that's too ego. I'm not allowed to speak on that level because that upsets the little turds, right? So let's put it like, when I was younger, I used to think that the world was doing it to me, and that the world owed me something, and that either the conservatives or the socialists or the fascists or the communists or the Christians or the Jews or the fascists were doing something to me. And when you're a teeny bopper, that's what you think. I'm 40 now, I don't think that anymore because I found out it doesn't fucking work. The thing goes on anyway, and all you're doing is jacking off, screaming about what your mommy and your daddy or society did. But one has to go through that. For the people who even bother to go through that, most assholes just accept what it is anyway and get on with it. Right? So for the few of us who did question what was going on, I have found out personally, not for the whole world, that I am responsible for it, as well as them. I am part of them. There's no separation. We're all one, right? So in that respect, I think, and I look at it all and think, well, I have to deal with me again in that way. What is real? What am I? What is the illusion I'm living, or am I not living? And deal with it every day, the layers of the onion.